Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen.
You should ask yourselves two questions. Who is Johnny Watson?
I have been a Beatles fan since I was in my mother's womb.
Who is Joe Conti?
I have been the biggest Beatles fan since December 2019.
Together, they are the No B-Sides podcast. Two comedians talk nothing but the Beatles.
And here they are.
All right, I think we're on.
All right, I think we're on too, everybody. Well, welcome to the No B-Sides podcast. This is Johnny Watson along with
Joe Conti, that's me.
That's him. And we are here today with a great episode, Joe. I'm very excited about today's episode.
Yes, I think is this our fourth episode?
I believe so.
I think so, yeah. And I think the number 2 episode got a lot of it got like so many strikes against it that it was like on YouTube. There's so many copyright issues because we were playing a little bit of the it's such a pain.
Ridiculous. It really is ridiculous.
And of course, we are on the 100 Proof Podcasting Network on YouTube. And if you can also, if you don't, if you're listening, you can also check it out on anywhere you get your podcast. And we have the great Shawnee as our producer. And
hello,
Shawnee. Yeah, Shawnee doesn't really know much about the Beatles, right, Shawnee?
Do I know about anything?
No, pretty much no. Just about the only thing you know about getting DoorDash. That's the only thing this kid knows. Yeah.
Hey, Sean, could I tell him what you told me a little bit, or are you going to tell him?
You can feel free.
Sean's dad got him a Beatles poster and a Beatles shirt.
Really? When was this?
It was just before Christmas because we just finished up doing, I believe, our first show. And I was talking to my father about it, and it turns out he loves the Beatles.
Of course. Yeah, so you're like, oh, now I got to do this podcast with these two old men who love this band that I have no idea. Now your dad bought you a Beatles shirt and what? What, a Beatles shirt and what?
A poster.
Isn't that great?
Cool. Are you going to put it right next to your NSYNC poster?
Yeah, I'm just going to have a row of posters for all the different shows I do.
This is how out of touch I am. I said NSYNC posters. Shawnee's like 23. I think when NSYNC was popular, Shawnee was like 4. So it doesn't even match up. I'm trying to sound cool.
Still a funny joke. Still funny.
Yeah,
still funny.
Still funny.
Yeah. I was going to say Hanson, but what do I know?
Hanson from 1997.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God. Yeah, they were pretty. All those girls. I mean, the boys,
they were great. They were great. Do you
it
know that
actually,
the guy from Cheap Trick, Bunny Carlos, is their manager now?
Are you serious?
Dead serious. That's why. And
really?
with Cheap Trick and him are having a lot of. I mean, when it's not Cheap Trick podcast, but they had a lot of legal issues. But yeah, he went over to start managing Hanson.
Oh, wow. And listen, Johnny Watson is a Cheap Trick aficionado. He's not just a big Beatles fan. You love Cheap Trick. Tell them about you and your buddy, with what you guys do with Cheap Trick.
Every year we go to Cheap Trick concerts. We go to at least one, and we dress up as Cheap Trick. and they know us, man. Every time they see us, it's like, oh, these friggin' guys again. What are they doing here?
Yeah.
People take pictures with us. We had interviews done with us and everything.
That's so great.
Yeah,
you guys are like the cool stalkers that they're like,
they're
harmless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I always ask them to play this one song. Every time they see me, they're like, it's a song called Up the Creek. It's from a movie. So every time I see them, I'm like, are you going to play Up the Creek? So now when they see me, they're like, we're not playing Up the Creek.
Really? They'll let you know that they're not playing the song.
Yeah, they let me know. Because we always go to the meet and greets. Right. And when we go to the concert, we sit like first row, 50-yard line every single time.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So we're dead center. first row. So we're right there at the front. Yeah,
That's wild, man. That's
it's
great, though.
crazy.
That's
Yeah, it
cool. You
is
guys
a lot of
actually
fun.
sort of got to have a little, almost like a relationship with them because you
Yes,
guys are insane stalkers. You guys are
yes,
like the
absolutely,
girls. You guys are like 14-year-old girls in 1964 with the Beatles.
absolutely, we are.
Except it doesn't smell like urine after the Cheap Trick concert.
Of course, of
Of
course.
course.
Oh
uh,
man,
this is going to be a fun episode because what we're doing this episode is we are giving our personal what we feel is the most underrated Beatles album. And we're going by, I think you're with me on this. We're going by the original albums, not like when the Capitol Records took it over and there was like the Beatles 6 and there was all those
right,
other ones. It's just the albums that came out in the UK, the albums that we all know, like Meet
right.
the Beatles and Hard Day's Night and Help and Rubber Soul, all that kind of stuff. I
Sure.
think it's what, 12 or 13.
I think
Like
it's 13.
I think it's 13. Yeah.
I think it
So
is.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna give what we feel is their most underrated album, and we'll play a couple of snippets of some of the songs that are on the album, and just talk about why we think it's underrated. Um, so now Johnny's going to start first because his
Right,
album that he feels is the most underrated is came out earlier than mine. So um,
right.
we'll go with Johnny first.
Okay, my most underrated album is Meet the Beatles. That's my
Ah,
underrated. Yeah, I think it was like it was branded as their first album, but I know it's not exactly their first one. But in some walks, it's Meet the Beatles. It's the first one.
right. There are
So
people that think this is the first one, but I think the first one is actually the one with chains on it. I think that's the. I forget the,
yeah, I forget the name of it too. Us two
but I think
Beatles aficionados.
exactly.
Yeah. Forgetting the first album. We
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
even know we don't even know the first album.
exactly. But this is Meet the Beatles, and it's
Right.
the album with four of their faces on it. Pretty
Right.
simple. Um,
Simple
black,
artwork.
yep, black background, their faces, just the
Right.
heads going across. Up
Oh, there it
and
is. And some places actually it's called With the Beatles as well. See, we have this one up here. Sean put this one up there.
so this
And
is this is the same album, but this one's just called With the Beatles.
With the Beatles. And I think actually this one is their first one, if I remember correctly.
Huh.
With
Okay.
the Beatles. And then it was remastered, rebranded in the US as Meet the Beatles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
confusing part because see, when I first started my Beatlemania back in 2019 and right around the pandemic, I was just on Amazon. So I was just listening to each of the albums and
Right.
it was all of the British albums.
Right.
There was no Beatles 6, there was no the ones with the when they were all like in blood, like the one
Yeah,
with
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
babies.
yeah. The
There was
the
none of
butcher
those.
sleeve. The butcher
Yeah,
sleeve,
it was
which is
none of
worth a lot
those.
of money.
I heard because they changed it, right?
They changed it. They changed it. They put something over top of it, but the ones with the babies are underneath it, and so it's called the butcher sleeve.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
that's why, like, when it comes to Beatles songs, the ones that I know the least are the ones that were just singles. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like Rain and uh what is it? A Paperback Writer
Right.
and and those I don't know those songs as much. Well, it's because, I didn't hear each of those songs 250 times a piece in the first 9 months that I listened to them. I might have only
Right.
heard them 100 times because
Right.
they weren't on the album. I was doing album and album and album over and over again. So
Sure.
I didn't get into the singles until I
Singles.
started listening to the Beatles channel on Sirius XM and Breakfast with the Beatles. Um, so that's where we're going with. We're going with those original albums, none of the greatest hit stuff and all that kind of stuff, just their original albums. And Johnny is going to go with, well, Meet the Beatles or With the Beatles,
With
whichever
the
one, but
Beatles,
it's
meet
still the
the
same
whichever
song.
one, right. And they had the album had first of all the song that broke them through here. I Want to Hold Your Hand.
Yeah,
So think about that, right? It's an album that's not talked about a lot, but yeah, I
right.
Want to Hold Your Hand is on it.
And it's the one that broke them through completely,
Broke them
right? I mean,
through. Yes.
that is it. I mean, because
Right.
I think their first album had it was the first one to have I Saw Her Standing There,
I
or is that
believe
on this
so.
too?
Let's see. Let me see here.
Because that was the one with Chains, and I think that was 63. And then this one I think is 64, and obviously everybody knows, and 64 is when they just exploded in the
Yeah,
United
in the
States.
United States, but they were yeah. No, it's not on this one, so it's got to be on the other one.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So that makes sense. And and look, it's the more I
I'm sorry, I
hear-
Saw Her Standing Here is on this one.
oh, it is on here.
Yep.
Okay.
And think about that. So you got I Want to Hold Your Hand. I Saw Her Standing There,
Right.
right? That was on the Ed Sullivan Show, right? I Want to
Yep.
Hold Your Hand.
Yep.
I think I Saw Her Standing There. And then you got This Boy, which was on. Think about it. 3 of these songs were on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Oh, so they did This Boy on the Ed Sullivan Show too?
Yeah, they did This Boy on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And is This
Crazy.
Boy their album, or is that a remake?
I think it's a remake. It
It's
is a remake.
Okay.
That was one thing with this album. There's several remakes on here.
Right.
So
But
you know,
they
so
did them so, they
oh
did them
my
so
God,
well. I mean,
might as well
nobody's
have been theirs.
yeah, exactly.
You know,
So,
crazy.
and isn't there like 14 songs on that album or something?
There's
It's
a
like
total of 1,
ridiculous.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 songs on here.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
Ironically, that's how many albums they actually made,
Ah, who knew?
right?
Who knew?
So,
One of my favorite songs on there is "It Won't Be Long." That's one of my favorite songs. It's really catchy. Doesn't get as much recognition as I think it
Mhm.
should, but just a great song. Lennon's voice is so powerful in it. He's always had that powerful voice. That's one thing I really enjoy about him.
well, because I think and dude, think about it. It's like, how clever is that? It won't be long, right? It won't be
Right.
long till I belong to you.
To
Like,
you.
it's clever. It's play.
Yes.
It's wordplay. It won't be
Right.
long. Belong. Like, it's clever. I mean,
Right.
this is 1964. That's some clever stuff right there.
Well, a
You
bunch
know?
of kids too, a bunch of kids
Yeah.
making it like that too, and I don't know, it's just I love some of the stories on how they get the names of their songs and stuff like that with A Hard Day's Night, for example, and
Right.
stuff like, with Ringo coming in going, "I had a hard day's night," and, John taking that and running with it, and so
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And I think that's one of the things that I think makes them so special, is that none of it seems contrived. It all seems like it just happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
Doesn't mean they weren't working on stuff and, hey, I want to, but it just, like, think about that story right there. Oh, I came home,
Right.
I had a hard day's night. Oh, that sounds like something. Let's make a song.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's something so authentic
Yeah.
about them,
It really is.
especially
It
in
really
the
is.
early days, because they were just doing whatever. They were flying by the seat of their pants, yet
Right.
working really hard at, putting together these great songs, whether they were a little simpler in the earlier days, but it just, I love it. So, like, what are some of the other songs? Like, there are a couple of songs you want to just have Shawnee play, like a couple seconds of it, just to
Yeah, I like, there's it's funny too that's on here is "I Want to Be Your Man" is on this album, which
oh,
ended
with
up
Ringo
being with Ringo singing, which they ended up
Right.
giving to the Rolling Stones as the Rolling Stones' first hit.
singing. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that
So,
crazy?
did they give it to the Stones before, and then they just put it on this album too?
Yeah,
or-
I believe they write the song, right? They do the song, they give it to the Stones, and then they record the song.
Oh, okay.
So isn't that crazy though? That they
That's
give them
wild.
their first hit.
They gave the Stones their first little push.
Yet
what I
there was the
mean?
rivalry. Yet there was the
Yeah,
rivalry.
yeah, there was
You
but you
know?
know what? It's a rivalry, which I think is like a good way of putting it, because when you have a rival, it's not like you're enemies. You're just
No.
like, oh, you know what? We're gonna get you guys. We're gonna put out another album. We're gonna make more hits. We're gonna have this, and it's great. It's almost like if you're running with somebody, you're constantly pacing
Sure.
each other. and it
That's like
makes you run a
Lennon,
little.
Lennon and McCartney. They were rivals. They were. McCartney always talks about how Lennon pushed him to be a better writer because John was always, everything John did was great. That he thought that what John did was great, so it caused him to be, push himself to do more.
Right.
It's like us in our comedy, Joe.
Well, yeah. I mean, except we're not in competition, but when we do work on our stuff
Work hard for
together,
each other, with each
it's
other.
like, hey, you know what? That was good. Maybe you should do
Yep.
this with this joke. I mean, we were
Right.
doing it yesterday. We were working on
Right.
stuff, and
Yep.
and it's great that they had that chemistry to be
Sure
able to
is.
do that because let's
Yeah.
face it, man, they're considered, I mean, is there really many more of, I guess you would call songwriting duos that you can really think of? I mean, when you
No.
think of Lennon McCartney, if you think of writing duo, you just think Lennon McCartney. Boom.
Sure.
You don't think of
That's it.
anything else. That's
No.
it. Nothing
That's it.
else.
I don't even
You know?
hardly think of. Is there anything out there like them? I mean, anybody else? I mean, I can't. I mean, I don't know.
I'm sure there
everything.
is. Yeah, I don't know. The Carpenters, Bob.
I was
and
so
Cindy
funny. I was just about
Carpenter.
to say the Carpenters. That's so funny you said
Carrie
that.
Carpenter and her brother.
Yeah, we were just on the same page.
Buggy Eyes.
Even though
Yeah, I don't
he
know.
wrote most of their songs.
Oh, okay, he did. Yeah. But yeah, so like, what are some of the other songs that are on there that you really, really like, and maybe you want to play a little clip, like
All right.
because Johnny's got
Shawnee-
something.
Sean, you got "Hold Me Tight" on there.
Hold Me Tight. I believe I do.
Nice. I like this song. It's a nice, catchy tune. McCartney's voice, coming through. It's good. It's a good, catchy little song. Do you know the song, Joe?
I'm pretty sure as soon as I do. I'm just like, I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of it.
You'll
And what
hear
is
it.
this, like fourth or fifth on the album?
Well, it's near the bottom.
Near the bottom.
I should have made it a little bit more to the top, but I should have picked one at the top.
That's all right. We got
I
to
mean,
keep
All My Loving is on this.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Dude,
All My Loving. I mean, it's ridiculous.
it's ridiculous. That's on there.
Yeah,
you
we're just
send me
stalling,
a-
Shawnee. Whenever you want to play it, you can play it.
Well, did you guys send me a link to another playlist? Because both those songs I don't have on here, and I have 15 songs on here, and you guys mentioned
All right, well then,
13.
how about
Wait a minute.
This boy, Sean? You got
So-
This Boy?
Wait a minute. What is on the link that we sent you? What is it? What are some of the songs that are on there?
Okay, it's Beatles 1964, Meet the Beatles, and I have I Want to Hold Your Hand, I Saw Her Standing There, This Boy, Thank You Girl, Roll Over Beethoven, All I've Gotta Do, All My Loving, He Loves You, Please Mr. Postman, Till There Was You, Little Child, Money, That's What I Want, Not a Second Time, You Really Got a Hold on Me, and I Should Have Known Better.
Unless,
Well, there's several songs that are on there.
well, I think that's the difference because this is maybe it's with the Beatles
Right.
and Meet the Beatles. Maybe one of them is the American version
Sure.
of it.
Sure. But Sean, do you have This Boy?
Yes.
Why don't you give that one a shot? Let's hear that one a little bit. Now, this was on the Ed Sullivan Show. This is one where they did it's basically acoustic,
Okay.
and for the most part, it is, I think, and just tore the house down. I don't know if it's going to be the same way on the recorded one, but just tore the house down when they did this one.
Yeah, I would cut it right there because there
He goes, Lennon. Yeah, I mean, Lennon's voice is just so powerful.
Yeah, and it's got that dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely not like my favorite song by the Beatles, but when I hear it, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun.
Cool
It's almost
song.
got like I don't want to say a tango, but it's got like this this
Yeah, a
thing where
little
you just
tango. Yeah, a little. You can
maybe a
dance to
little.
it.
I don't know, but again, it's so funny because when you hear John doing those songs, from the early days, like you say, it's powerful, right? And
Yes.
it comes at you. And then in the later years, that same voice, you hear the pain and the
Yeah.
struggle. Like, you
Right.
know what I mean? But it's still the same, it's the same guy, the same voice, but the voice seems to come from a different place
Yeah.
later on in the Beatles' career.
Well, you know how I feel about later
Oh yeah,
on.
we'll get into
You
that.
know
We're
how
gonna
I
have
feel
a
about
whole.
that.
I bet you
So
that's gonna be our next episode. That's what we're gonna do.
that's yeah. Why not?
Your theories. Your theories
Yes.
are fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what are the other couple of tunes that you really like? I mean, think about it. Right
Well, of
now,
course,
I saw her
I
standing
want to hold
there.
your hand. I
I
want to
want to
hold
hold
your
your hand.
hand. I
You know,
mean,
ridiculous. It's what
ridiculous.
launched them.
Yes, you can go with that one. So many.
Hold your hand. Oh, please say to me, let me be your man.
It's cool because it's got the clapping thing, which
Right.
is pretty unique for in a sense where it's not like it's really like part where it's like this is the clapping part. It's almost like taking the place of like a drum, and it's
Sure.
unique and you could see, you can hear the bass and you can hear where Paul was going and to
Yeah.
where he just started to really just own that bass. And you could just start to hear it in the early songs like these,
It's so interesting the way he plays that bass too, like a guitar. Like where most
Yeah.
people, they got the fingers on top and they're plucking upwards, where he's going
Yeah.
downwards. It's really
Yeah.
interesting the way he
He-
plays it.
Yeah. And he like you said, he plays it like a guitar.
Yeah. So I mean, I just love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I really do.
So what are some of the other ones that are on there?
We don't have. Let's listen to "I Want to Be Your Man." We got "I Want to Be Your Man" on there, Shawnee.
Second.
Just
Don't see it on here.
okay. How about "I Saw Her Standing There"?
I do have that.
All right, let's give that a whirl. That was another thing that was so cool, the screaming. I loved when they screamed with each other.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
and it almost has almost like a, I don't want to say, it's almost got like this southern kind of like almost bluegrassy type of a sound,
It's interesting.
It's
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
It's just, it's like when you go back and listen, you hear things where you're like, wow, they were just
Yeah.
there's no overrating them. People that think they're
Right.
overrated are just people who just don't like them because
Just don't
they're
like them.
yeah. It's like I don't like the Yankees because they've been so good for so long. So it's not because I
Right.
think
Right.
they stink. You know what I
Sure.
mean? But yeah, I mean, what are some of the other ones that are on this album?
Well, like I said, "It Won't Be Long" is on there.
Oh, dude. I
Love
mean,
that song.
it's that one I love. And is All My Lovin' on this too?
"All My Lovin'." Yep. Yep.
I mean, dude, right now,
Crazy.
if you just think of I Want to Hold Your Hand, I Saw Her Standing There, All My Lovin', It Won't Be Long. And I mean, you're talking about right there, like 5 or 6 songs that would make any album like
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And that's not even, there's like there's barely any fluff in any of
Right.
these albums,
Right. Right. There isn't really any fluff at all
It's
in any of
and
the albums.
well, yeah, exactly. And but this album, you're right, dude, it doesn't get the love like
Yeah.
you know, like in their early albums, it doesn't get as much love as like A Hard Day's Night
Right.
or even
Help.
Help.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe because they had, you know, they kind of graduated to the next level where it was all their songs.
And
So
also
maybe
too,
that's why.
there were movies and people got to see them and hear them
Yeah.
those songs. A lot more people got to hear this, those songs, and maybe that's why this got shelved a little bit in the
Mhm.
annals of popular albums.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I like the idea that you picked this album as underrated because it does not get the love. Even if you
no,
just do the first, you know, the first 5 or 6 albums, that earlier part of their career,
right.
it doesn't get the love as much as some of the other ones. Just
No, it
doesn't.
doesn't. Nope,
I like your
doesn't.
choice, man. Is there one
Thank you,
other song
man.
you want to play a little clip on before we
Um, you know, you got Not a Second Time on there, Sean?
Not a second time?
Called Not a Second Time.
I do.
All right, let's do that one. I like this one. This one doesn't get a lot of play, but yeah, I think it's a good song.
Why you hurt me then, you're back again. No, 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 not a second time.
Yep. Another Lennon style saying, "Hey, you know what? You're not getting another chance there, baby."
yes, his songs
You
were
know?
all negative. It's so
It's so
funny.
negative.
You just see it. He's the brooding artist. You could just
Yeah.
tell. I mean, it was done in a very softer way in the early days, but you could tell
Oh
he's the
my
brooding.
gosh.
He's brooding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all the songs are like, oh, I think it's a sin. You're looking at that guy, and it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's that for me, man. I think it was a good choice.
I think it's a very good choice, man. It really is because it just does not get the love like other earlier albums.
Right.
So my album that I feel is so underrated,
Mhm.
I can't express how underrated this is. 'Cause when people think about it, when people think about the best Beatle albums, right? First off, right
Right.
off the bat, Abbey Road, right?
Right.
Abbey Road's always there, right? And I'm not doing it in any specific order, but when people talk about their best albums, it's Abbey Road, the White Album, Sergeant Pepper's, right? And then
Mhm.
they'll go into it, sometimes it'll be Revolver, it'll
Right.
be Rubber Soul, and even some of the, people that like the earlier stuff, like we
Sure.
said, Hard Day's Night,
Hard Day's
Help,
Night. Help.
but nobody gives the Magical Mystery Tour any
Oh, yeah.
love. Dude,
You're right.
I think this is, for me, the absolute most underrated Beatles album
Mm.
because this album is loaded. Like, I don't even
Yes.
think we realize, even as big Beatles fans, like how loaded this album is. I mean, dude, starts. Now, my theory is, and I think this isn't even my theory, I think this is why this doesn't get the love, because when they made the movie, right? I think when they first made the movie, it was in color, and correct me if
Right.
I'm wrong,
Right.
but then
Right. I
they
believe
they
so.
made it black and white when they put it in the theater,
Right.
and it
I
just
think you're
didn't
right.
have the same bite that they needed it for the color. So people kind of were like, this isn't that good. And
Mm.
and I think that affected the way people think about this album. Because
Right. Could be.
dude, think about it, dude. Magical Mystery Tour, right? Right off
Right.
the bat.
Right off
Da,
the
da,
bat. Yep.
da. Shawnee, if you want to play that real quick, a little bit of Magical Mystery Tour, the first song.
עושה קסם המסתורי, מחכה לקחת אתכם מכאן. לקחת אתכם מכאן.
What are we listening to?
Is that a commercial? Because I gave you the YouTube link.
That's the link you gave me. Magical Mystery Tour.
The Beatles Magical Mystery Tour.
Here it is, right there.
Oh, it's complete on ukulele. That's not
That's
it.
the link you sent me.
my
Oh,
God. That's hysterical.
Listen,
You're the worst.
This shows that
The
at
worst.
56, I need to wear my cheaters a lot more. Shawnee, can you look up the Magical Mystery Tour, the Beatles, on YouTube, the album for me, please? I apologize.
On
Oh my
ukulele.
God! I'm like, what the? I thought it was like I thought it was Bollywood's version of the Beatles. You know, I'm like, what the hell are we listening to?
Wow.
The
Wow.
ukulele.
That just goes to show you the influence of the Beatles. They have a ukulele version of the whole album.
Ukulele version of the whole album. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I'm like, what the hell are we listening to?
I wonder how these guys felt. Like, what's it like to be that popular, even after, when you're done with everything? I mean, Ringo and those guys are just, they got to be like amazed at. Speaking of different note, I watched Caveman last week.
I remember watching that
with
as
Ringo.
a kid.
With Ringo, it was just on Tubi. It was on the show on the streaming service Tubi, and I watched it again. It was great. It was great. I loved it.
All I remember from when I was a kid was Zug Zug. And
Zug
that was
Zug,
like,
yeah.
I think that was like either boobs or sex or something like that.
Right. I'm trying to remember they had one of the football players from a long time ago on there. He was great.
Was it John Matuzak or was it Lyle Alzado? Might have been
I think it
Lyle
was
Alzado.
Lyle Alzado, I think.
Might have been.
So. Let me look it up. I'll look it up while we're talking. I
Yeah.
love that. Such a great movie.
Shawnee, do you want me to send it to you or do you
I found what I believe to be a normal version.
So because the album is called Magical Mystery Tour and there's also a song. The first song is called Magical Mystery Tour. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
It was John Matuzak.
There we go. Yeah. A magical mystery. I mean,
I love it.
It's so good. And it's got Fool on the Hill, which is great. Fool on the Hill is great. You know what I always say? I bet you since this song came out, right? And this is my little political thing. I bet you no matter what, from 1967 when this came out till today, whenever anybody hears Fool on the Hill, they think of wherever they live, America, UK, whatever it is, they think,
Right.
wow, this is the song about the guy or girl who's in charge right now. Like, that's what it always sounds like. It always sounds like they're talking about the leader, a king or a leader or whatever of the free world. But Fool on the Hill is great. Then there's the instrumental Flying. All right. Shawnee, you want to play just like 5 seconds of Flying? Because there's an interesting tidbit about flying that I learned. Cool sound, you know?
That is really cool.
Really cool sound. Got that little trippy thing going on, right?
Yep.
And it's the first, and I think it's the only song in their original albums, that is credited all 4 Beatles. All 4 Beatles are credited for writing on this song.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's my one interesting little tidbit.
Good for Ringo.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Ringo wrote a couple of cool songs, and
he did.
It wasn't his forte, but listen, I love Octopus's Garden, and I love.
Oh my God,
I love it.
I love that movie. I love the movie Get Back when they show him and George kind of working on it.
Mm-hmm.
I love that part of it. Knowing what you know today.
G, he's trying to play it, and George, he's just sitting here laying on the couch, and he's like, "Bay, no, J." It was just hilarious. It was so great.
Yeah.
Then you have Blue Jay Way, which is like their trippy. It's George's trippy tune, you know, which is a cool song. It's not something, or Here Comes the Sun, but it's a good song.
Sure.
Then you have Your Mother Should Know.
Love
And
that
that's
song.
it's such a great song. Sean, you want to just play like 6 or 7 seconds of Your Mother Should Know? Because it's got that old, it almost has that When I Was 64 type of a sound to
Right.
it.
Yeah. That very
With a little bit of an oldie type sound.
Type, yeah.
And of course, it's out, like an old,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's so
Your
good.
mother was born.
Now, this is where you get into the meat of this album. I'm sorry, but I Am the Walrus is on this
Love that.
album. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
Right.
this is like when you hear when anybody says the word walrus, they just think Beatles and Who's the Walrus and
Right.
Is Paul dead and
Who
all of
knows?
this. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Shawnee, if you want to play a little bit of I Am the Walrus, it's one of their iconic songs, and it's on Magical Mystery Tour.
It is. It is.
There.
I'm crying.
It's ridiculous, dude.
Yellow man,
I mean, it's ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
So then you got Hello, Goodbye. Like,
Such a
really?
great
So,
song.
I Am the Walrus, followed by Hello, Goodbye. Go ahead, Shawnee,
Yeah.
play like a little bit. And I'm going right in order, so it'll be nice and easier for you to find it. But just play a little bit, like, a couple seconds of Hello, Goodbye.
oh no.
One of
You
Paul's
say
whimsical
goodbye,
tunes.
Yep.
and I say hello. Hello.
My favorite part of it.
Why you say goodbye?
Bow, 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 bow.
John's would have just been goodbye. You say goodbye. I say goodbye-er. That's what
John's like,
would've been.
you say goodbye. I say, I already left. All right.
I left. I'm out the door.
I'm out of here. I've had enough of this whimsical nonsense. Yeah. So right now you're going from Your Mother Should Know, I Am the Walrus, Hello, Goodbye, and then John's masterpiece, which is Strawberry Fields Forever, which is my cousin's favorite Beatles song. And my cousin is a huge Beatles fan. He used to play Beatles songs to me all the time, and I wanted nothing to do with them when we were kids.
Wow.
So if you could play a little bit of Strawberry Fields.
No one I think is in my tree.
This album doesn't get
I mean,
any
it
love.
must be high or low. That is you can't, tune in, but it's all right.
It's all right, yeah.
Yeah.
So you have Strawberry Fields, which is where John grew up, and he wrote that song, and
Right.
obviously with Paul, and helped him out.
Sure. You got
Then
the
there's
famous
two-
too. Then you get the famous "I Buried Paul" in there.
Yeah, yes,
Remember that?
exactly.
People tried to figure out what it is.
Right, try to figure out what it was. Yeah, exactly. Like, what's he really saying? What does all these things mean?
Sure.
And then the last two songs, you go with Penny Lane, which, depending on what day, Penny Lane creeps into my top 5 Beatles songs. And like on a regular
Wow.
day, it's not there because I have my 4 or 5 songs that I absolutely love. But on a day, if I'm not thinking of it, I'm like, what's my favorite? Oh yeah, Penny Lane. I love Penny Lane.
Penny
Play a little bit of Penny Lane, Shawnee.
Clean. It's a clean machine.
Really? And then what is that? Is that the first one, or is it the trumpet? I think it's the trumpet, right?
Yeah, it's a. I forgot the name of the trumpet, but it's like a very famous.
It's a
super
different
high-
type of trumpet, right?
Yeah,
It's not-
different type. Yeah, different
Yeah.
type. Very super high noted.
Penny Lane. Like, to make a street more, I mean, to make a street infamous. I mean, think about it, dude. The two streets that are infamous with the Beatles is Penny Lane and Abbey Road.
Right. And what did someone say last night about about Abbey Road? They said that they're going to get
The
4
show we were
people.
at, there were some people that we were talking to after the show, and they're going on vacation to England. And of
Right.
course, they're going to do what everybody does is
Mhm.
recreate and walk across the Abbey Road.
Across Abbey
Which
Road.
everybody does. Could you imagine if you live over there, how annoying
I
that
know.
must be?
I was going to
Trying to
say,
get
how many
through
times you
that.
just want to hit somebody?
Just want to
You
run
want to take
them
out 4
over.
people with your car. I'll take out 4 people with my VW Bug just to make it more authentic.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually just have somebody sprain their knee by hitting them with my Fiat at 50 miles an hour because it's not going to do much. And the album finishes up with, it's not as popular of a song for like, non-Beatle fans that know their tunes, but it's Bob Levy's favorite Beatles song, right?
Okay.
Bob told me, and it's "Baby You're a Rich Man." And if you
I
want to
love
just
this
play a
song.
little bit, it's a really good tune. Even if Bob likes it, I'll still like it.
You see when you have nothing but doesn't show. Baby, you're a rich man. Baby, you're a rich man. Baby, you're a rich man too.
Wait a minute. Am I wrong on this? You know what? I think I forgot. Isn't Shawnee, is there one more song on here?
Yeah, it's All You Need Is Love.
All You Need Is Love. I
Oh.
forgot. I didn't write it down. No, dude. And then the song,
Think about that.
the album finishes with, we know this, the first basic, what do we call it? The first satellite
Right.
thing that ever happened, right? They
Right.
did it all across the
Mick
world.
Jagger was in there, and everybody,
Yep.
Mick Jagger was in there. Everybody was in that thing.
And they didn't even know the song. They didn't
Right.
know what song. They didn't know the song because they wrote it and didn't play it anywhere. And
Mhm.
and All You Need Is Love. So, Sean, if you want to just play a little bit of All You Need Is Love.
All you need is love, love. Love is all you need.
And dude, it's like when people say that phrase, like people say that phrase a lot. All
Right.
you need is love, right? But they're not saying it because they just, it's just something that came to their head. It's because it has been ingrained into the world culture of anybody who either understands what they're singing, like unless if you're from Swahili, you might not know All You Need Is Love. You know what I mean? If your Swahili is your language, but dude, it is just synonymous with the Beatles. All You
Right.
Need Is Love, something that is so pertinent even today, where people will just be like, dude, what's going on? All you need is love. So
Right.
that, to me, Magical Mystery Tour, Fool on the Hill, Flying, Blue Jay Way. And if you want to say Flying and Blue Jay Way are the weak songs on this album, that's okay. One is an instrumental, and one is George's kind of trippy little thing when he
Trippy
was out in
thing, yeah.
LA. That was his thing because he was hanging out with some of his friends who were like just living on couches, and they were like vagrants, and he wrote a song about it. But then
That's
there's-
crazy the way he could just that whole surroundings, and he just has
Yeah.
that really trippy,
Yeah.
feel
And just
to
write
it
a
and
song about
everything.
it.
Yep.
Just write a
It's
song
crazy.
about it. And then there's Your Mother Should Know, I Am the Walrus, Hello Goodbye, Strawberry Fields, Penny Lane, Baby You're a Rich Man, and All You Need Is Love.
Is love.
And it never gets brought up as one of their best albums. It just
Wow.
doesn't. I mean, dude,
Yeah.
it is loaded. It is packed. It is a big, fat Italian sandwich with a bunch of meat and very little bread. Of course, yeah, it's
A
fat.
little bit of
Italian
dressing. A little
bread.
bit of dressing.
Little bit of dress.
Just a little bit.
little bit of tomato, a little
Little
bit of maybe
sliver.
oil of vinegar. But dude,
Oil
it's
vinegar.
tremendous. And
Yeah, it is.
I always say, because I would always say, what's my favorite album? And yes, my favorite album is Abbey Road. But if I'm
Right.
like, when I go, oh, you know what? I just want to listen to a Beatles album. like if I just go, I just want to listen to a Beatles album, I usually think Abbey Road, White Album, Magical Mystery Tour, and then maybe either Rubber Soul or Revolver. But
Right.
those are the ones where I'm like, I just want to listen to one where I could just listen
Sure.
through, got it in my headphones. I don't have to worry about, this is okay. And dude, Magical Mystery Tour, to me, the most underrated Beatles album.
Great choice.
It's just so good. And it doesn't get any. And don't get me wrong, it's not like people say it stinks, but I think it's like I have the theory of Let It Be. I think the reason why Let It Be didn't get as much love, because Let It Be is a great album, but it's never considered, because I think people that were fans of them when it came out and fans when they broke up, they look at Let It Be as Let It Be. It's like your parents got divorced, and Let It Be is the person that your mom or dad cheated with. And you're like,
that's great analogy.
You know what? Let It Be is the reason why that my mom and dad aren't together again.
Right.
So Let It Be's not a bad guy or a bad girl, but I don't want anything to do with it. And
just synonymous with the breakup.
That's my theory on why Let It Be.
That's good.
Magical Mystery Tour, I think, because it was Sam. You know what it was? It was the follow-up to Sgt. Pepper's, and I think people thought it was going to be Sgt. Pepper's, and it wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't this concept album. It was just this album that they made it a little bit. It was like it had a concept to it. It was a Magical Mystery Tour and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's where I stand on that. So I think it's two good choices, dude. Meet the Beatles or with the Beatles, and Magical Mystery Tour.
I agree with you, Joe. Well, what do you think, Joe? Should we start wrapping this up?
I think so. What do you think, Shawnee? I think we bored them enough.
I think that's good. We got to get ready for our show.
Yes, we have a show tonight. Well, so we better scram out of here. Shawnee, you want to play a little outro music, and we can just kind of plug our stuff, and we can get out of here. Very cool. Listen, if you want to hear me, I also do a Conti and Kenny show every Monday night right on this channel, 7 o'clock on 100 Proof Podcasting. I also do the Honeymooners podcast. If you're a fan of the old show, The Honeymooners, I do a podcast all about the show with my pal Louis Fatts. It's a lot of fun. And you can find me on social media. On my link tree, Joe Conti, I put out videos every single day, and it's all politics and religion. Haha, no, it's not any of that. All silly, fun stuff. Go ahead, Johnny.
TheRealJohnnyWatson.com is the website. You can get me on Linktree, Johnny Watson Comedy. I'm all over social media. I'm not putting out videos every single day, but I got to start doing that anyways. And then look for my schedule. And again, thank you so much for listening to us.
Yeah, thank you, man. And thank you, Shawnee, for helping us put this together. We really appreciate it.
Sean.
And tell your friends about the show if you like it, and have some other Beatles fans check us out. And you can also, if you're watching this on YouTube, it's also anywhere you get your podcast. And in the end, right?
That's it.
The love you take is equal to the love you make. All right, everybody. See you later.
Goodbye. See you later, people.
Hello, goodbye.